Today, former President Donald Trump pleaded not guilty to charges he plotted to overturn the 2020 presidential election.
The hearing lasted less than 30 minutes. It comes 2 days after a grand jury indicted him on 4 felony counts. They include conspiracy to defraud the U.S. and obstruction of an official proceeding related to the January 6th Capitol riot.
There is no doubt in my mind that Jack Smith has already written his closing argument when this indictment was drafted, because you have to look at the result when you look at the beginning.
When the case goes to trial, sources say Trump's lawyers plan to argue the former president's false claims about the election were not criminal.
Across the country, including right here in San Diego, supporters and opponents of former President Donald Trump had strong reaction to today's arraignment.
CBS 8's Richard Allen talked with people from both sides.
And dozens of San Diegans gathered here in Balboa Park just hours after Trump's arraignment with a very clear message.
Not above the law! Not above the law!
These Trump opponents celebrated that, in their view, the former president was held accountable for his actions.
I believe in my country enough that right overcomes wrong, and he is so obviously wrong.
Angela Benson of the group CBFD Indivisible organized today's rally.
It's sad that an ex-president was indicted and arraigned. It's very sad, but it's good in that it shows the rule of law held and that he is being held accountable for what he has done.
Some rally participants remember watching the January 6th insurrection on the Capitol live as it was happening.
I remember shaking with anger, shaking with frustration. I remember how it felt that day to see our democracy backsliding before our very eyes.
So far, he's become more popular with each indictment.
Steve Neldon is an ardent Trump supporter.
I think it was a terribly sad day for America that the goal now is political persecution and lawfare against a president of the United States of America. It's a disgrace.
Neldon agrees with the Trump legal team's stance that the former president was exercising his freedom of speech.
He was expressing his opinion that this past election had many flaws in it, and I agree. It was the most flawed election in my lifetime.
Well, there's limits to free speech where it becomes dangerous and causes harm to others. You know, you could say what you want, you could lie. But once it becomes something that endangers other people, it's not okay.
And both sides are expected back in federal court on August 28th.